So today's topic on personal development is around habits. So around all the routines that you do on a daily basis, all this behavioral pattern that you are repeating without even being conscious about it anymore. So everything that you do that is kind of like automatic, natural, that do not require any more from you, any willpower. And typically a habit is created from three things. First thing is you get a trigger. So you get, your environment is telling you need to take action right now. Then you take action. So you create a certain type of response. And then from this response, you get a result. And this result, if it's a positive outcome, your brain is going to tell you, okay, that's how I'm going to react every time that this situation happens. I'm going to take this action, and that's the positive outcome I'm going to get. And obviously, you keep repeating that until it becomes natural and you are not even realizing it anymore. And you can easily understand why, it helps you in terms of willpower, in terms of discipline, because it removes part of the decision process. It removes part of the motivation. But you can also see that in some cases, because we are unconscious of it, because it becomes natural for us, in some cases it might be difficult for you if it's a habit that is not supporting you. If it's something that is disempowering you instead of empowering you, if it's something that doesn't correspond to who you are or doesn't correspond to what would make you successful, you might not be able to enjoy your life in the best possible way because these habits are coming on the way. So it's very important to try to understand how you can either remove some of the bad habits that that are not serving you to replace them with good habits. If you have good habits, it's important to know how more you can do of that. So what is really going on beyond that you can enjoy more. And if you are someone who has good habits, but you want to go to a next level, you might have to create a whole different levels of habits as well. So you might have to change completely what you're doing right now to get to the next level. So very important to understand how you can impact that. And as you might know already, if you try to implement some of them in your life, it is a very tricky business. So bad habits are somehow very, very difficult to remove. They are very sticky because quite often they make us feel comfortable. It's easy for us. Our brain goes straight away there. It's comfortable. It makes us feel safe. So why not stay there, right? So if you want to replace by something new that is maybe more healthy for you, it's going to take some convincing. It's going to take some practice. And if you want to create a new habit as well, it might be difficult because it's something new. So you will need to find a way to make it work for you. You will need to try it on a consistent basis. So you might get discouraged on the way. You might have one day or two where you drop off and you stop straight away because you think it's not for you. In some cases, for some people, it's just that you become bored. So you might be able to say, yeah, I'm doing this for 3 weeks and it works well and I can keep it without any problem. But because it's just becoming a routine, it's not new anymore. It's not interesting for you anymore, so you just drop off at some point. And obviously that's not going to serve you either if you're not able to remove the bad habits or create the new habits that are supporting you. So from a perspective of high performance, if you want to be able to create your success on the long term and really have a whole different level of enjoyment in life, very important to look at that. And the way high performers are doing that is that they remind themselves three things. First thing, they remind themselves that they have to be absolutely 100% crystal clear and aware of what's going on for them. So there is this level of clarity that they are requiring just to make sure they understand what's happening with their habits. So they have a very honest discussion with themselves. They make inventory of what's going on for each habit. What are the triggers actually? What are also the automatic response that they are giving to it? And then is it something that serves you or doesn't serve you? And then what is the outcome that you are after? So if you understand better what you are getting as a positive outcome from these habits, and you see that the action is not necessarily something serving you, then you might just by understanding what you want to get out of it, you might be able to find different ways over action that you can implement that could give you a similar sense. So that's important to look at the free aspect of creation of habits. But as well, it's important to look at the different types of habits. So you might have the doing habits, which I call doing. So it's everything that you do. For instance, you are overeating, or you are spending too much money, or maybe you are always late. It's very important to understand the things that you are doing, and more particularly the things that you are not doing. So what are the things that you are actually avoiding as well, because it will give you a sense of what you should be shifting around. So for instance, if you are a procrastinator, the reason behind it might be that you are afraid of putting yourself out there and showing something to the world. So it means that what you are looking at is more like comfort, more like protection. So what you have to tackle here is really a fear, for instance. So it might help you creating new habits that can support you on removing this fear. other thing that you need to look at is the thinking habits. So there is a lot happening in your brain that is also unconscious. A lot of time we take decisions without realizing. A lot of time we judge people without realizing. So we need to really look at what are the beliefs I have in my head around how the world is working, how other people are behaving, about who I am as well. So also the self-talk. And also think about everything that comes from your external environment that you might also want to filter so that it doesn't come in your thinking as well. So here, for instance, you might be someone who think always that you're superior to other people. Then obviously in terms of relationship, that's not going to help you. So in terms of success, it's not going to help you as well. You might be someone who is always focusing on what happened in the past, but you really struggle to think about the future. So this habit of always being past orientated is not serving you to create your future success, for instance. So you need to shift there. And it can be, things like if you have a scarcity mindset, you might not be able to see opportunities in front of you. So that's also going to make you feel frustrated and obviously not successful. So you need to really go deep in there on everything that is a negative thing holding you back as well in terms of thinking. And the third thing is also to look at the feeling. So a lot of us, we go straight away back home to certain type of feelings. So you might be someone who is always happy in general, or you might be someone who is always angry and frustrated no matter what happened. You might be someone who, you might be, for instance, always the person who every time that something happens, you just get overwhelmed straight away or stressed straight away. That could be your default behavior, your default feeling when something happens. So here you might obviously do something like overeating or getting distracted on social media instead of doing the work. And that also, again, you need to understand what is the trigger behind and how you would like to feel differently so that you can really orientate and choose habits that are supporting you to create this new feeling. So that's the first thing, that's being very crystal clear aware on what is coming, what are your habits coming from and how you can replace them. And the second thing is that you need to be very deliberate. So habits are created sometimes unconsciously as well, but the better you can think about them, the better you can put intention in them, the better they are going to be able to serve you as a support system on the long term. So one way to do that is obviously connect the habits to your goals. So if you have clear goals, a clear mission, a clear why, the habits are just going to be a supporting system to help you keep the discipline super high. So you need to really, if you connect the habits to the real reason, the why beyond your goals, then it's going to help you as well maintain this habit and really finding the one that are supporting you. Same thing in terms of identity. If you want to grow and you want to become a different person, you really need to think about what can support you. And one thing, for instance, can be that you have to become a more courageous person. So one habit can be, I'm going to work on my courage every day. Every day I'm going to do something uncomfortable. Every day I'm gonna show up with a more confident person than what I believe I am. This type of thing is also a habit. So how you can step up in your next level. So think about this aspect as well if you think about habit for your success. And obviously, you also want to be, in general, a more deliberate person because you don't want to be reactive. So you want to really be in control of what's happening and really be always one step ahead of what you need to be successful. So think about this habit as well as something that you are going to have to keep building on the long term. The more you go to a new purpose or to new levels and new goals. And the third thing that high performers know very well is that you need to be absolutely very, very patient. So habits is not something that you just create one day and it's done. So for instance, if you say, I want to be someone who wake up at 5 a.m. and you work your way and you manage to start waking up at 5 a.m. every day, great. But the day you stop waking up at 5 a.m., your habit is gone. So you need to keep doing it every day. You need to keep pushing through. You need to keep taking action and creating this response, this positive outcome you wanted. So it's a never-ending game. It's a journey. And because it's a journey, it means that you have time. It means that you have time to do the steps in the way you want to do them. So if you want to wake up at 5 a.m. and right now you are waking up at 10 a.m., you might want to start small and just remove 10 minutes all the way back to 5 a.m., for instance. So you can choose the steps, you can choose in which timing you are doing that, you can choose to simplify the process and work on one habit at a time instead of 10,000 habits suddenly all changing on 1st of January, for instance. And you can think about it as a sustainable activity. So you really need to make sure that it's something that you are able to integrate in your lifestyle on the long term, not just something that comes on the way for a month and just disappears. So think about lifetime, think about long term, and also Do not beat yourself if you're not perfect. If there is one day where you drop off, it doesn't really matter. Just go back on track, track yourself to make sure that you know where you are going, and just keep repeating. And yeah, so just if you want to have the best habit this year, make sure that you're aware, make sure that you're deliberate, make sure that you're patient, and you're going to see a change in your habits.